Welcome back to part of my series on mastering posing in portrait photography. In this video, I will show you how to pose men for portraits that feel confident, grounded, and natural, without awkwardness or overposing. Whether you're working with a business professional, a groom, or a father who hates having his photo taken, the key is knowing how to lead with clarity, intention, and calm direction. And the best part? These techniques work in any studio and with real people, not just models. Let's get started. The first step in posing any subject, especially men, is to start with the feet. Why? Because every part of the body responds to how the weight is balanced. If your subject is standing flat-footed or evenly on both legs, the pose will often look stiff or awkward. So here's what you say. Shift your weight onto your back foot. Good. Now let the front knee soften just a bit. That one adjustment immediately grounds the pose. It creates a chain reaction, relaxing the hips, opening the posture, and setting up a more natural upper body alignment. Remember, before you touch the hands, shoulders, or head, check the stance. Lead with the feet. The rest will follow. Once the feet are placed and the weight is shifted, everything above the waist starts to fall into place. The first thing you'll notice is that the rear shoulder drops slightly. That's a good thing. It creates natural flow through the spine and opens the chest. Now it's time to direct the head. To direct the subject, you could say, relax your shoulders. Great. Now tilt your head just a little toward the lower shoulder and drop your chin slightly. This creates a strong jawline, a relaxed neck, and a calm, confident presence. Avoid tilting the head toward the higher shoulder. That tends to look unsure or unbalanced, especially in men. This is a subtle adjustment, but it makes a powerful difference in how the portrait feels. Now let's apply the same foundation to a seated pose. Ask your subject to sit toward the front edge of the bench, not leaning back, and keep their spine upright. There should be a slight forward lean from the waist, which creates strength without stiffness. Weight is subtly shifted onto the back hip. This lowers the rear shoulder and opens up the upper body for clean lines and easy direction. You're not just shaping a pose, you're creating presence. A well-aligned seated posture gives your subject authority, control, and calm energy, without saying a word. This is the power of subtle posing. This portrait is a perfect example of how to introduce personality into a formal pose without losing structure or elegance. The subject is positioned at a slight angle behind the table, with his weight gently shifted to the back leg. One hand rests lightly on the table while the other supports the pet with relaxed fingers and soft contact. The cat is placed high enough to remain part of the portrait but not overpower it. Matching bow ties add charm and visual harmony without turning the image into a gimmick. Expression stays calm, posture stays strong, and every detail, down to the hands, feels deliberate. When done right, a personal element like this supports the story of the subject without stealing the spotlight. This is one of the most essential poses in all of portrait photography, the classic male headshot. It's clean, controlled, and timeless. Start by turning the subject's shoulders slightly away from the camera. Then direct the head back toward you, keeping both eyes visible. Ask for a gentle chin drop, not forced, just enough to define the jawline and keep the eyes level. Now say, relax the shoulders. Great. Just a soft, confident expression, calm and present. In this pose, nothing is accidental. Every angle and line matters. Even the crop plays a role, tight enough to keep the focus on the eyes, but with enough space to breathe. This is about clarity, professionalism, and presence all in one frame. As you continue practicing, remember this. You don't need 100 poses. You need a clear method, a calm voice, and the ability to read what the camera sees. The more confident you are in your direction, the more relaxed your subject becomes. And the more trust you build, the more natural the image will feel. These techniques aren't tricks, they're tools. And now you have them in your hands. Thanks for joining me in this segment on posing men. In the next video, we'll take the same principles and apply them to posing women with grace, elegance, and intention. And if you haven't already, make sure you sign up to see the rest of the posing series, so you don't miss out. Each video builds on the last, helping you become the kind of photographer people trust, return to, and remember. I'll see you in the next one.